elbows slip. Your knees are bent. Your heels are about 1.5 feet away from your booty. Hands are holding on to the back of your thighs. Elbows are wide. Roll your shoulders down and back. Take an inhale. On your exhale, curl your spine, tucking your tailbone, and lengthen your arms all the way out. So you're holding yourself up with your arms. You're kind of like one of those chairs that you might bring to a baseball game to sit on one of those benches. Okay, from here, I want you to make sure your tailbone is as tucked as it possibly can be. Your belly button is drawing in and up like you are sucking in your stomach to button a pair of nice tight jeans. From here, inhale, release your elbows down to the mat, and we are resting on our elbows here. Once your elbows are down, keep tucking your tailbone, keep drawing your belly button in. If you need, you can slide your heels a little bit closer to you to make sure the feet are firmly planted. Now exhale, you are going to reach forward, grab onto the back of your legs. From here, inhale, slip your elbows back down. Exhale, slip the elbows forward. Inhale, down. Good. If this is feeling too challenging, you can keep one elbow down, reach an arm forward and back down. Reach the opposite arm forward. Good. If you're with me, both hands are reaching forward and down. The goal here is to try to keep the spine exactly where it is. If you want to add on, you can slip your elbows, hover them above the mat, then reach forward and not grab your legs. So arms are just moving and you're keeping your back where it is. Let's go for 2. Reach forward. Last one. Grab your legs, pull yourself all the way up to seated. Grab onto your shins. Take an inhale as you reach your chest forward, lengthening through your spine, maybe lifting your chin. Big breath in, big breath out. Grab onto the back of your legs, roll yourself all the way down, hug your knees into your chest. Like I said, that one is deceivingly difficult. It looks like it should be easy, but it is extremely challenging. So we do the elbow slip to prepare us for the full roll up, because as you can see, it gets really, really deep into those muscles. It warms us up so we're ready to extend our legs long and roll up this way. So glue your legs together, flex your feet, arms reach up to the ceiling. Before we start, draw your shoulder blades down into the mat. Take an inhale. On your exhale, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat. We roll up one vertebra at a time, pressing the lower back down into the mat. Keep reaching those heels forward as you round forward, reaching towards your toes. Pull your belly button in, look down towards your knees. Inhale here. Then exhale, we pull the belly button in and we roll back down. I want you to reach your heels forward in opposition. Keep reaching them forward. Keep reaching them forward as your body is coming back down. Inhale as the head comes down, arms come up and back slightly. Exhale, tuck the chin, and we roll all the way back up. Good. If you need a modification here for the roll up, you are more than welcome to grab onto your thighs. Try to hold onto your thighs as you roll up. You are also welcome to bend the knees and grab onto the thighs this way. Either one, totally fine. We are all working up to being able to do the perfect roll up and roll down. And Pilates is really the only way to be able to do this. I know lots of people who are fitness instructors. They are super in shape. They can do all sorts of cardio, but they can't do a roll up and a roll down. So it's super important muscles that we're getting into that other forms of exercise doesn't do. Let's do one more roll up. We'll all meet at the top of our roll up. Sitting up nice and tall. We're going to go into spine stretch forward. Open your legs as wide as your mat. Anytime we're in a seated position with our legs extended, the most important thing is to have a straight spine. Straight legs are not important. So if you have a yoga block, you can sit on top of your block. You are also more than welcome to bend those knees. Once you bend those knees, you can sit up nice and tall, lifting up out of your sits bones. So make sure that your lower back is nice and straight. We're not rounding here. We're sitting up nice and tall. I'm gonna have my legs bent this morning. Everything's feeling a little bit tighter for me. So arms are out in front of you. Take an inhale, roll your shoulders down and back, draw your belly button in. Then exhale, tuck the chin in towards the chest. We're reaching our fingertips forward as we curl our head down towards the mat. Arms stay parallel with the floor. They don't come down. They stay parallel. Inhale here. Exhale as you slowly roll all the way back up. Inhale, lengthen through the spine at the top. Imagine there's a string pulling your head up to the ceiling. Inhale. Then exhale, tuck the chin, and we reach all the way forward, drawing your belly button back in opposition of your fingertips. Inhale. Then exhale, roll all the way back up. Inhale, lengthen 2 more times. Exhale, tuck the chin. Again, we're sucking in that stomach. We're trying to curl over. Imagine that there's a bar right next to your belly button and you're curling over that bar. Inhale, exhale, roll all the way back up. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl all the way forward. From here, you can go ahead and place your hands down onto the floor. We're going to hold ourselves in this stretch for a moment. So just let your head hang heavy. Maybe try to straighten your legs a little bit more. They can totally still stay bent, but we want the feet to stay flexed. That'll get deeper into the back of our legs. Take an inhale, and then on your exhale, you can let your hands slide on the floor to come all the way back up to seated. From here, bend your knees. We're gonna go into a butterfly stretch. Soles of the feet are together. Grab onto your toes. I like to interlace my fingers, and then pull against your toes to let your spine get nice and straight. So again, belly buttons in nice and tight. From here, keep your straight spine as you pull your chest forward. So I'm looking forward past my mat. I'm not looking down. Straight spine. Good, really getting into these outer hips. Nice stretch for the back as well. Proud chest, big inhale. Now exhale, you can let yourself round forward, reaching your forehead down towards your toes. If you want, you can flap your butterfly wings. Yes, I do teach kids classes too. So we can all flap our butterfly wings. Nice big deep breath in. Exhale as you slowly roll your spine all the way back up. Great. From here, we're going to scoot ourselves all the way forward to the front of our mat. We're going to do rolling like a ball, which I know that you also do with Susie. Let's start with the traditional way of rolling like a ball. So I'm going to face you to show you the setup that I like to do. Knees are open, shoulder distance apart. They never go wider than that. Always shoulder distance. Feet are in your Pilates V. We're going to wrap our arms around our legs, grabbing onto our ankles. So that's the startup. If grabbing onto your ankles doesn't feel comfortable, you can always grab onto your shins. From here, curl your upper body into a C curve. You're looking down onto the floor between your heels and your seat. Now, draw your belly button in to lift your heels up off the floor. Your tailbone is nice and tucked. Inhale to rock back to the tips of your shoulder blades, lifting your hips high. Exhale to rock forward. Keep the balance. Inhale to rock back. Keep the chin tucked. Exhale, rock forward. So the goal here and the key here is to lift the hips high. Never let the chin untuck. If you look up to the ceiling, you might get stuck there. Good. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Big inhale as you rock back. Exhale, rock forward. Last one. As you rock forward, I want you to hold it here. Keep your balance. Now, glue your knees together. Place your feet down onto the mat. Maybe scoot your booty back just a bit. Grab onto the back of your legs. We're rolling back down to straighten our arms like we did in our elbow slip. But we're just going to hold here. Tuck your tailbone. Draw the belly button in and up. Now slowly, if it feels comfortable, release one arm. Palm flipped up to the ceiling. Slight bend in the elbow. Release the left arm. Good. Maybe lean back an inch further. From here, we're pulsing up an inch and down an inch. Up and down. Good. If you need, you can hold on to the back of your legs for support, pulsing up and down. Good. Let's go for 5, for 4, last 3, 4, 2, and 1. Lean back. Good. Hold it here. Grab onto the back of your legs if you need. We're just holding here for 8, 7. Scoop out those lower abdominals for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull yourself all the way up. Grab onto your shins again. Pull your chest forward. Maybe lift your chin. Nice big deep breath in. And big deep breath out. Scoot your booty back to the middle of your mat. Straighten your legs out in front of you. Flex your feet. We're going to roll ourselves back down into our mat. Reach arms out in front of you. Round your shoulders down and back. Draw your belly in. Big inhale. Exhale. Tuck the tailbone. Round your spine. Reach your heels forward in opposition. Good. Once you come all the way down, reach your arms back behind you. Give yourself a full body stretch. Point your toes. Hook your thumbs and reach your fingertips back in opposition of your toes. Big deep breath in. And big deep breath out. Hands can come down to the mat. Pull your right knee in towards your chest. Grab onto that shin and give your knee a squeeze. Draw some circles with your ankle. We're going to give the abs a break for a moment and stretch out the legs. All right. Hopefully you've worked out the pops and the kinks. Reverse the direction of the circle. Good. Mine usually pops about 2 times, then it seems to stop. From here, hold onto your shin with your right hand and pull that knee towards your right shoulder. Anchor both hip points firmly down into the mat so we're not lifting that left hip and leaning over to the side. We're externally rotating that right leg. I apologize, the barking has started again. From here, grab onto that knee with your left hand and pull it across your body. I don't want you to go into a spinal twist yet. I want you to think about pulling your right booty down to the floor as you pull the knee across. You feel that big stretch in the outside of your right hip. Let's just breathe here for 2 deep breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more time. Think about sending the breath to the outside of your hip. Exhale out. Good. Pull that leg center. Grab onto the back of your thigh. Straighten your leg up to the ceiling. Good. I'm sorry, my toes are cut off right now. But we're going to flex our foot. Let me just show you this way. We're flexing and we're pointing. But the leg is straight up to the ceiling. Flex and point. Let's go for 3, 4, 2. Last one. Flex that foot. Bend the knee, pulling the knee in towards the chest. Reach the heel down towards your glute. Now try to keep your knee where it is as you straighten your leg, reaching your heel back up to the ceiling. Feel that stretch in the back of the leg. Now bend the knee again, reach the heel to the glute, and stretch the heel back up to the ceiling. I forgot to mention this, but if you happen to have a TheraBand or a towel anywhere near you, if you have tighter hamstrings, you can always hold on with the band, or even if you have a Pilates magic circle. All right, from here, I want you to leave your legs straight up to the ceiling. So we have this 90-degree angle with our legs. You're pointing your right toes, flexing your left foot. Dig that left heel down into the mat as you bring your hands down to the floor. Single leg circles. Take your right leg across your body to the left. Circle down around to the right and back up to the ceiling. Good. We take it across, circle down and around and up. All right. Now that we have this motion, the key here and the goal is to keep both hips firmly planted down into the floor so there's no rocking in the hips. Now, can you try to open your chest and make sure your shoulder blades are connected to the floor? Just one more circle this direction. Pause at the top, then reverse. Open to the right, circle down, across, and up. Let's go for 5. Now, can you think about closing the ribs and keeping the transverse abdominis engaged? Good. Is your left heel still digging into the mat? For 2. Last one. Pause at the top. Bend the knee. Give that knee a squeeze into the chest. Big breath in. Then exhale, slide that leg down to the floor and pull the left knee into the chest. Good. Let's draw circles with the left ankle, working out the pops. Reverse the direction of the circle. Perfect. Grab onto that shin with your left hand. Open that left knee towards your shoulders so you can see a little bit better on this side. I'm really trying to open through my hips, keeping my right hip nice and firmly planted down as my left leg externally rotates, opening to the side. Nice deep breaths. Now grab on with your right hand, pull the knee across the body. Again, we're not going into our spinal twist. We're trying to pull the left booty cheek down to the mat as the knee stretches across. Feel that stretch in the outside of the hip. Nice deep breath, sending the breath to that hip. One more breath. Then exhale, pull the leg center, grab onto the back of the leg, straighten the leg up to the ceiling. Let's flex and point. Flex and point. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Flex the foot, bend the knee, bring the knee towards the chest, bring the heel towards the glute. Now try to keep the knee where it is as you reach the heel back up to the ceiling. Easier said than done. Obviously, my knee is definitely moving, especially my left leg is very, very tight. Let's go one more time. Stretch the leg back up to the ceiling. Now flex your right foot. Dig that right heel into the mat. Point your left toes. Hands come down to the floor for our single leg circles. Inhale, take the leg across the body to the right. Circle down and around and back up. Let's go for 5. 4 more. Close the ribs. Hips are anchored down into the mat. 2 more. Last one. Pausing at the top. Reverse. Open to the left. Circle down, across, and up. For 5. Keep that right heel digging into the mat. 3 more. For 2. Belly button's nice and tight. Last one. And bend the knee. Ooh, give it a squeeze. Whew. Okay, from here, let's roll over onto our side. I am on the right side of my body. We're going to go into our side kick series. To start, line yourself up with the back edge of your mat. So imagine this is the back edge of your mat. I want your back right here and your booty right here. You can either keep your head propped up in your hand, or you can rest your head on your bicep, or if you have something else you like to prop your head up on, go for it. Let's bring our legs forward to the front corner of the mat. Now, before we start, for me, it is super, super important to make sure that we have perfect alignment. So I want your hips perfectly stacked. Now, we're trying to mirror the way that we stand. So I want you to take this top leg, flex the foot, and try to make this top leg longer than the bottom one, finding space underneath your right oblique. I call this the ray of sunshine. I want you to keep this ray of sunshine the entire time. This is going to help keep our core nice and engaged. It's keeping the transverse abdominis engaged. All right, from here, keep the feet flexed. We're lifting and lowering. Draw the belly button in. Keep your toes pointing forward, so we're not externally rotating. Toes aren't going up to the ceiling. They're pointing straight forward. For 4, for 3, last 2, and 1. Bring that leg down in line with your hip. Push your heel further away again. Find that space under the side of your body and draw some small circles. 6, 5, 4, belly in nice and tight, 2, and 1, reverse, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Leg is up in line with your body. If you need to take a break at any point, go for it. We're swinging that leg forward, pulsing 2 and 1. Now point the toes, swing back behind you. Exhale, forward and back. Pulse, pulse, and back. Every time the toes go back, I want you to draw your belly button in nice and tight. Try to not arch in the lower back. 4, 3 more, 2 more, last one. Swing that leg back, hold it there. I want you to reach your toes back as far as you can. Now we're doing little pulses up and down. 8, 7, 6, 5. Draw the belly in nice and tight. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, lower that leg down. Pat out your booty if you need. All right, let's bend this top leg. You can either place the whole leg down in front of you. We're going to get this right inner thigh. If you do have some good hip mobility, you can place your foot down onto the floor and grab onto your ankle. Either one's totally fine. I like to do this just to keep working on my external rotation. Flex your bottom foot. We're going to lift that leg up as high as we can and then lower it back down. Lift and lower. Let your abdominals help you here. So as you lift the leg, draw the belly button in and up. For 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Keep that leg lifted. We're drawing big inner thigh circles, as big as you can make them. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift, 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 and lower. Go ahead, extend both legs again. Pull them back a little bit closer towards your body. They're not fully in line. They're forward about 6 inches. Now from here, you really use your core here because we're going to lift both legs up. So exhale, draw the belly button in and up as you lift the legs up. Try to hold them there. Keep this little bit of space under your body. Now, lower the bottom leg, tap the mat, and lift. Tap and lift. Keep that belly button engaged. That's the key here to be able to keep both legs lifted. 4, 3, challenge your balance. Lift your arm up to the ceiling. 2, and 1. Keep those legs lifted. Now we're scissoring. We're bringing one leg forward, the opposite back, and switch. Switch, flex. Feet can be flexed or pointed, whichever you prefer. Draw that belly in for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs come together, lower them down. Let's bend the knees. We're going to go into our clamshell. Let's do elevated clamshells. So start with the knees down and the feet up to the ceiling. Now, can you flex your feet, heels together, toes apart? We're going to lift that top knee up and place it down. Just like all the other exercises, I'm going to say it again. Draw that belly button in and up. Try to keep a little space under your right oblique. Now make sure that your hips aren't pulling back. You're rotating in that hip socket. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Keep that leg there. Little pulses back on this knee. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the legs all the way down. Woo! We're going to do Susie's move. We're rolling over onto our belly. I actually stole this from Susie, and I do it in most of my mat classes now because I love it. Elbows are wide. Forehead is down on your hands. Let's open our legs hip-width distance apart. First things first, anytime we're on our belly, it's super important to protect our lower back, and the best way to do that is to tuck the tailbone. Feel your pubic bone pressing down into the mat, and you feel your belly button wanting to lift away from the floor. Keep that position as you lift your legs and you beat your heels together. 10, 9, 8, shoulders are relaxed. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way down. Relax. Maybe rock your hips side to side. We're going to do that 2 more times. Big inhale. Tuck the tailbone. Squeeze the glutes. Lift the feet. We beat. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep drawing your belly button towards your spine. 3, 2, and 1, and lower. Rock, rock, rock. Last one. Tuck the tailbone. Belly button lifts. Lift the feet. Tap. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 3, 2, and 1. Lower and rock. We have one more thing we're going to do here on our belly for our glutes. I want you to bend your knees, then bring your heels together. So it's like you're in a froggy position, but on your stomach. Feet are flexed, heels together, knees are separated. From here, we are going to try to lift our knees off the floor, trying to reach our heels towards the ceiling, then lower back down. Lift and lower. Keep the belly button in nice and tight. Try to protect that lower back. We're squeezing our glutes as we lift our heels for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the knees, lower the feet, rock the hips side to side. Now from here, press yourself back into a child's pose. You can either have the big toes touching, knees open wide as you reach your fingers forward, or if you want a little bit more support for your lower back, you can glue your knees together, arms back behind you. Either one's totally fine. Just take a couple deep breaths here in your child's pose. Deep breath in and out. Another breath in and out. Then slowly bring yourself all the way up to seated. Place your left hip down onto the mat. We're going to turn to face the other, come onto the other side to do our side kick series. So just stay facing me. Lay yourself all the way down. Again, back and booty in line with the back of the mat. The feet extend forward towards the front corner of the mat. Head can either be propped up or resting on your bicep. First things first, flex this top foot. Try to make this top leg longer than the bottom one, finding space under your left oblique now. Top hand is your kickstand. Flex your foot as we lift and lower. Draw that belly in nice and tight. So the reason why I usually keep my head on my bicep is that I find it easier to keep my obliques engaged and to keep my transverse abdominis engaged when my head is down. When my head is up, the side of my body likes to sink down. So I feel like my core isn't quite as engaged. So that's why head's down. But choose whatever feels best for you. Let's go for 3. Actively trying to push that heel away from you. Last one, keep the leg lifted. Draw your circles. 8, 7, belly in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep the leg lifted. It's up in line with your hip. Flex your foot. We swing forward. Pulse, pulse, point, swing back. Flex, pulse, pulse, point, swing back. So just like the other side, as you swing that leg back, draw your belly in. Try to not arch your lower back. Upper body is staying as stable as you can get it. 4, 3, 4, 2. Last one. Swing back. Hold that leg back. Really point your toes as you lift and lower. Lift and lower. Good. For 4, 3, it's burning. 2, and 1. Lower that leg down. Pat it out. Woo. Second side always seems to hurt worse for me. So we're going to go now into our left inner thigh. So again, right leg can either come forward, resting on the mat, or you can place your foot down, trying to work on that external rotation and the hip mobility, whatever feels best for you. Flex that bottom foot as you lift and lower. Lift that leg as high as you can get it. Draw your belly button in and up. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep that leg lifted. Big inner thigh circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and lower. Extend both legs. Make sure your hips are nice and square again. Big breath in. Exhale, lift both legs up. Hold it there. Draw your belly in nice and tight. We're lowering and lifting that bottom leg. Again, if you want to challenge your balance a little bit more, right arm reaches up to the ceiling. For 4, 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Keep the legs lifted. We scissor. Swing one leg forward, one leg back, and switch. Belly in nice and tight. You can either point or flex your feet. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those legs together. Lift the legs. Lift, 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 lift. Lower. Hand can come down if it's lifted. Bend the knees. Let's go into our elevated clamshells. So knees stay down to start. Lift those feet up. Flex the feet. Heels together, toes apart. Find that space under the left side of your body as you lift that top knee up and lower. Lift and lower. Belly in nice and tight. Four more. For 4, 3, 4, 2, and 1. Keep that knee lifted. Let's pulse back. 8, 7, 6, 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way down. Straighten your legs. Roll over onto your belly. We're going to be done with our glutes for now, but we need to get a little bit of back extension work in. So to start, I want you to bring your forearms down onto the floor. Elbows are right underneath the shoulders. Open your legs, hip width distance apart. Tuck your tailbone underneath. So if your tailbone isn't tucked, you seem to drop down into your belly and your lower back. We do not want that. So that's why we tuck our tailbone, lift the belly up nice and high. Take an inhale as you try to lift your chest a little bit higher. If it feels okay, you can start to lift your elbows, making sure your shoulders are rolling down and back. Inhale again, then exhale, lower yourself back down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Take an inhale, tuck the tailbone, lift the belly, roll the shoulders down, lift the chest, either hold it here or start to lift your elbows. And back down. 1 more time. Really tuck the tailbone, squeeze the glutes, draw the belly button in and up, shoulders are down. Lift the chest, start to squeeze the shoulder blades together, maybe lift the elbows. 3, 2, 1, and down. Separate your elbows. Forehead can rest on the top of your hands as you rock your hips side to side. Ooh, nice big deep breath in. 1 more back extension exercise. We're going to get all the muscles between our shoulder blades a little bit more. So, hands are coming into fists. You're punching them down into the floor next to your ribs. So your elbows are straight up to the ceiling. Forehead is on the mat. Legs are open, hip width distance apart. Tuck your tailbone again. Feel your pubic bone press down, belly button lifts as you lift your head, your chest, and your fists away from the floor. Now pull your arms back like you're pulling straps and then bend your arms again. Keep looking down to the floor. Keep drawing your belly button in. Now think about squeezing your shoulder blades together. Lift your fists as high as you can to get into your triceps. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Reach your hands back. Open your fists. Now hook your thumbs together and reach your fingertips towards your heels as you lift your chest a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher, then release all the way down, hands to the floor. Press yourself back into a child's pose. Big toes touch, knees wide, reach your fingertips forward. Big deep breath in, exhale to sigh it all out. Now reach both hands over to the right side of your mat. Left hand is going to stack on top of that right hand as you pull your hips to the left in opposition. Another big breath in. Exhale as you slowly walk your hands over to the opposite side of your mat. Right hand reaches on top of the left as you pull your hips to the right side of your mat. Draw your belly button in towards your spine. Walk your hands back center. I want you to slowly slide your hands towards you as you come up into a quadruped position. So we're on our hands and our knees. Take an inhale. On your exhale, I want you to round your spine. Reach your spine up to the ceiling. Angry cat pose. Maybe rock your hips or your shoulders side to side. See what feels good for your lower back here. If you want to draw some circles, you can. Whatever you need. We just did a lot for the back in that back extension work. Just get a little bit of opposite movement in. Good. Now from here, sit back onto your heels and rock over onto the side of your body. Extend your legs out in front of you. We're going to come back down to laying on our back. So legs are nice and straight. If it feels better, your knees can stay bent. Reach your arms out in front of you. Big breath in, then exhale. Draw the belly button in, round the spine. Lay yourself all the way down. Once you're down, hug your knees into your chest. Let's give the back one more massage after that work that we did. Rock yourself side to side. Big breath in. Big breath out. Okay. Typically, I do the Fab 5 ab series towards the beginning of class, but I wanted to get us nice and warm. We're going to finish with our ab series before we do a little bit more stretching. So we're going to go through this pretty quickly. I want you to hold on to your shins. Take an inhale. On your exhale, curl your head, neck, and shoulders away from your mat. Shoot your left leg out in front of you. Point those toes as you switch legs. Good, and switch. Switch. Keep trying to reach your nose towards your knee. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend both knees in for double leg stretch. Inhale, shoot the legs out in front of you. Arms up by the ears. Circle the arms around. Bend the knees. 5. For 4. Last 3. 2. Curl higher. Last 1. Bend the knees. Lower the head all the way down. From here, double straight leg stretch. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat. Straighten your right leg up to the ceiling. Reach for your calf or your ankle. Then extend your left leg out. We pulse this right leg into our chest for 2 and 1. Scissor switch. Pulse. And pulse. Switch. Just 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend your knees. Lower your head all the way down. Rock yourself side to side. All right, we're going quick. We only have 2 more exercises left in the ab series. You have 2 options for this next one, our double straight leg stretch, which is the legs lowering and lifting. You can either have your hands under your tailbone, or you can have your hands behind your head. Either way, you can have your head lifted up or down. If your hands are behind your head, I do prefer if your head is lifted. If you want to keep your head down, maybe bring your hands underneath your tailbone. From here, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat. If you would like, roll your shoulders down, legs extend up to the ceiling. Flex your feet, heels together, toes apart. We lower, then point the toes to lift. Inhale, flex and lower. Exhale, point and lift. We have 4. Big exhale, shh, draw the belly in. 3, shh, for 2, shh. Last 1, lift all the way up, bend the knees, lower the head down. Everyone bring your hands behind your head for our last one, which is crisscross. Take an inhale in, exhale, curl the head and shoulders up, extend your left leg out, turn to the right and switch. So just regular bicycles, but the goal here is to keep both hips anchored. So we're not lifting the hip as we turn. We're reaching the opposite elbow to the knee. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees, lower the head. Give those shins a hug. Rock yourself side to side. Woo, nice big deep breath in. From here, grab onto the back of your legs. Let's rock the length of our mat 3 times. So tuck your chin in towards your chest, rock yourself forward, and back. 2 more. Last one, rock yourself all the way up to seated and stay there. Turn yourself over onto your right hip. We're gonna do mermaid. Let's do it with our legs pulled in nice and close to us. Left hand can grab onto your ankle to start. Reach your right arm up nice and tall. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, reach over to the left. Make sure this left shoulder isn't creeping up. Windshield wiper your arms to come to the other side. Right hand can come down. Right elbow can come down as your left hand reaches. Pull this left hip down in opposition of your left hand. Big inhale. Exhale, reach for your left ankle as you reach up and over. Good, then slowly place your right hand down. Bring your hands back behind you. Rock your weight back onto your hips. You can either keep your knees bent to switch sides, or you can straighten the legs up to the ceiling, rock to the left, and bend the knees. All right, last side, right hand holds onto your right ankle. Reach that left arm up, big inhale. Exhale, lean over towards your feet. And then windshield wiper the hands down, left hand down, left elbow down as you reach up and over. Pull that right hip down in opposition of the hands. And switch. Right shoulders relaxed. And then exhale. Pausing here, big breath in. And exhale. We come all the way up. Go ahead, sit back. You can cross your legs if it feels okay. Just going to do a couple head circles to finish us off. So look down towards the floor. Roll your head over to the right. Back behind you. To the left. And down. A little bit more fluid for 2 circles. Be breathing through this one more circle. Pausing at the bottom. Now switch to the left. Look back behind you. To the right. And down. More fluid circles now. Last one. Look down towards the floor. Take an inhale, then exhale. Slowly lift your head, rounding your shoulders back. And you are all done. Thank you so much for joining.